The Blue Jays are down to their final month as they attempt to make a playoff push. Hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Long Ball. Rob Wong, joined alongside by Toronto Sun Blue Jays writer Rob Longley. And Rob, 28 games remaining in the regular season for the Blue Jays as they currently sit 2.5 games out of a wild card spot. The offense, of course, has taken a lot of the frustration from Blue Jays fans this season, but luckily, Davis Schneider is continuing his incredible run right now. As far as position players go, I can't believe I'm even saying this, Rob, but is he the key right now for this lineup that has struggled to score?
Yeah, first things first, Rob. Meaningful September baseball. That's all we wanted, right? We didn't quite want it this way. I think most Jays fans would have expected they'd be chasing the division or at least have a wild card locked up by now. And that's certainly not the case. But the Babe, as exciting as he's been to watch and as great a story as he has been, I mean, if they have to rely on him to get them to the playoffs, I think that they're in big trouble, to be honest with you. And he has been amazing. This is not to diminish anything that he's accomplished in his brief major league career. He just keeps looking more confident and more competent at the plate. But if this team's going to go anywhere, they're going to need the other guys, the big guys, the proven superstars in the game to perform. They're going to need Bo Bichette to come back from injury and pick up where he left off. They're going to need George Springer to be the all-world leadoff hitter that he's been through most of his career. And I think more than anything else, they're going to need Vlad Guerrero Jr. to be at least something like he was 2 seasons ago. And he's been far too inconsistent this season. We've seen a few little flashes over the last little while that maybe he's rounding back into that form. But, I mean, they're going to need a lot more than the Babe Schneider to carry this team to the playoffs. And you know, while he's been a good contributor and, you know, should be a good bench addition as they move along, they're going to need a lot more than that.
Yeah, one guy can only do so much. Meanwhile, manager John Schneider took a lot of heat this past week, Rob, for some of his late-game managerial decisions with zero margin for error the rest of the way. Do you have any concerns that maybe the lights are getting a little too bright for John Schneider?
Not really. I wouldn't phrase it that way. And I wrestle with this a little bit, Rob. When you're a manager, you certainly open yourself up to criticism when you make calls at crucial points in a ball game and when things aren't going well for your team and the decisions that you make exacerbate that and you lose more ball games. But I think we have to realize that in baseball in 2023, it's far more than these decisions aren't made in isolation. I mean, he's got people in that dugout that are making decisions with him, including bench coach Don Mattingly, but others as well. He's got all kinds of data that's being provided to him on a daily basis from the baseball operations department. It's not all of his decisions are not based on his own baseball instinct. And I think with that in mind, we have to cut John Schneider at least a little bit of slack. But having said that, there were certainly at least a couple of occasions in that most recent homestand when, you know, they finished it with a very modest 3-3 record that you could legitimately question the decisions that were being made. I'm just not so sure that you could put it all on John Schneider.
Well, the Blue Jays are hoping it will be a September to remember for all of Rob's Blue Jays coverage. Head over to the Toronto Sun, or you can find him on Twitter at Longley Sun Sport.